Hey everybody, Joe here. Did not have time to make a show yesterday at all. Got so busy, it just didn't happen. But let's go on and dive right into this. We've got some new information to share with you. I'll just get it brought up really quick and we'll dive in. We will start here. So, as you guys may or may not know, the squad, AOC, it's a number of DEI hire voted in through DEI type, we got to have this type of person in office type deal. They're also, communists, socialists, so on. Another couple of members of the squad have been caught in some shady business. So let's take a look at this really quick and we'll see what's what. Let me bring it up. I got to do this really quick because it won't scroll any farther. So let's take a listen.
How did you make all this income from the rental property?
Sir, I submit a financial disclosure, just like everybody else. There's nothing to see here. Thank you.
Is it appropriate for members to make so much money when they're in office? Should there be rules there? Financial disclosure reports show that the wealth of Presley and her husband Conan Harris swelled from $12,000 in 2019 to as much as $8 million. 5 rental properties earn them up to $350,000 annually. Presley once advocated to suspend rent during the pandemic. She pushed policies for struggling homeowners.
These little to no cost bills help people remain housed.
Presley's husband is an ex-con who went from serving a decade in jail before they were married for drug trafficking to raking in up to $1 million a year as a business and management consultant.
There are many times where we can see that the...
I'm just gonna point out really quick that she literally looks like one of the villains on Batman or something. It's absolutely crazy.
There are many times where we can see that the spouse is the person who may be bringing in the most income.
Some lawmakers resist restrictions on outside earnings. Do you think that there should be changes, some different rules about what members can make while they're in office?
These are presumably right-wing reports designed to try to undermine our members, and there's nothing credible that has been suggested that I've seen.
But other members worry about their colleagues cashing in on congressional service.
The idea that people's net worth balloons at that level is yet another erosion of public trust.
There was one of the first aphorisms I learned is politics is the art of turning influence into affluence.
Now, the money also followed Presley's fellow squad member Ilhan Omar to Congress. A House committee is probing how assets belonging to Omar's husband grew into the millions. Brett?
We best not ask these questions. I did it again, because it is racist. You're not allowed to ask these questions of the bald woman. So, end of the day, what we're looking at is yet another example of these people getting into Congress and then somehow becoming millionaires. It's absolutely insane. These same people want to attack Trump for already have been rich for doing business for years, many, many, many years, and building his own businesses. They'll call him out. Oh, he's got, he went into debt. He had to claim bankruptcy X amount of time. Yeah, that's normal. That's normal for people that have businesses. That's what they do. If you can do it, they can do it. That's how that works. Doesn't mean that they're a failure, considering that he still has hundreds of businesses, I think, that his name's attached to or that his own self is attached to in some way, shape, or form. But these people, they get into Congress, they come in sometimes in negative finances, like Ilhan Omar, and wind up millionaires again. As you know by now, I'm sure, Ilhan Omar, fake winery, it's just all shady. She also was involved in COVID spending bills and so on, that benefited her and herself and her Somali friends. We know about the feeding our children thing. We know about all this, right? And the clock is ticking. They're actually investigating it in Congress. Not that should bring you much hope, because Congress just investigates things and then nothing happens 9 times out of 10. Just like we saw, they referred the Clintons for basically prosecution for not showing up to trial, and then they decided that they will come testify in private, because they get better special treatment than other people. Here's the next one we're going to take a look at. You might know her from my state of Michigan. No clue where she came from or how she got elected, this little pig-faced weirdo here. Let's take a look. This is from March 2025, as you can see, Libs of TikTok. Representative Rashida Tlaib suggests targeting, detaining, and deporting criminal illegal aliens who rape, murder, and harm Americans is racist. Let's listen to what she has to say. She's high IQ.
But one of the things that bothers me about all of this is the executive order of rescinding the sensitive locations. Why this is important. They basically want to do immigration enforcement and racial profiling and immigration enforcement that's race-based, because I'm at the Canadian border in Detroit. Do you know the majority of people coming down undocumented is Canadian? But guess what? It's still the brown folks that are.
It's hilarious she says that because Canada isn't Canada anymore, right? It's the Middle East. It's largely, the 7-Eleven types. If you know what I'm saying. What was it Joe Biden said? Mr. Awesome Joe Biden, that the Democrats love something about how you got to know how to speak Indian to be able to order anything or buy anything at the 7-Eleven, something along those lines. But, we just pretend that didn't happen if we're on the left. Kind of like how we pretend that, we'll get to that in another video. Anyway, let's go ahead and hit play on this. Let her finish her dumb thought.
Overwhelming. ACLU did a study, is overwhelming the ones being targeted, detained, and deported. But one of the things that bothers me about all of this is the executive order of rescinding this.
So, yeah, of course, it's overwhelmingly people of color that are being targeted, detained, and taken out, because that's largely who is doing it. That's who crosses the border or was crossing the border. That's who took advantage of these stupid refugee programs that didn't even need to exist, and so on. So, of course, Haitians are going to be people of color. Of course, people from Somalia are going to be people of color. It was racist to say colored people back in the day, so they flipped the two words around and added the word of, and now all of a sudden that's not racist. And it seems to be lost on everybody. I just say it anyway because I find it humorous at this point that we're jumping through these hoops instead of just saying, black or brown people, whatever you want to call them, because that got deemed racist as well in the past. So let's take a look at this. This has come out very recently through public endorsement, co-sponsorship, and amplification. Congressman Rashida Tlaib has consistently engaged with a range of organizations known to maintain operational ties to terrorist networks. Are you shocked about that? Because I can promise you that I am not shocked about that whatsoever. So let's take a look at this video on that really quick, and we'll see what's what.
Watchdog Group is now sounding the alarm on what it calls serious ethical and national security concerns related to Democratic Representative Rashida Tlaib. In a new report, the group alleging that she has ties to terrorist organizations. The National News Desk, Jeff Harris, joins us after looking into this report tonight, which focused on everything from campaign contributions to public speeches. Break down everything you know.
So the Institute for the Study of Global Anti-Semitism and Policy releasing this new report titled Rashida Tlaib's Problematic Rhetoric and Associations. The 19-page document detailing what it calls...
Which, by the way, I think is stupid. Anytime you criticize Israel for being shitty, or, you notice things, let's say, certain things, you get called anti-Semitic. It's the same thing as being called racist for noticing things or talking about statistics or anything. The only people that can't get attacked, apparently, are white Christians. That is the reality, whether that offends you or not. That's the reality. Most of America has woke up to that, including black people. Okay, so they've even noticed that. And them as black Christians are also able to be attacked at this point because that's where the left has gone now. That's why I always laugh when people say far left. It's like, no, there's no such thing as far left. You cannot distinguish these people in the streets that they pay, a lot of them, to protest and yell stupid shit from what they're saying, as opposed to somebody in Congress that's a Democrat now. You can't distinguish these people apart. You can't. They all have the same talking points. They are hive-minded. So when we say far left, it literally separates the people you see on camera in the streets from the people in Congress, and it's like these are the same people. We're literally having a side discussion about how these people and people that fund these people to run for office and stuff are also funding these things in the streets. These are the same people. When you use far left, it separates them. We can't do that anymore. We can't do that. We can't they need to own what they're paying for. They need to own what they support. These people are protesting for the same ideas that the people in Congress on the left are pushing, and some rhinos on the right even. So just stop saying far left. There's no distinguishable factor here. There's nothing that you can say, oh, these people are different. Why? Because they've got multiple piercings in their face? Is that the difference? They're saying the exact same things.
Calls are serious ethical and also those national security concerns. Those concerns are related to Tlaib's alleged affiliations with terrorist groups and documented engagements with organizations linked to both Hamas and the Popular Front for the Liberation of Palestine, both foreign terrorist organizations. The report also suggesting that Tlaib's rhetoric raises some concerns about potential risks to both the ethical and institutional integrity of the United States.
We are just getting started. I want to say to all of them, every genocide enabler, look at this room's. We ain't going anywhere.
Now, the report also detailing Tlaib's campaign contributions, paying over $550,000 to a consulting firm called Unbought Power, whose head has faced some scrutiny for having links to organizations with ties to Hamas and the Council for American Islamic Relations. The briefing does call for Congress to look into Tlaib's conduct, specifically her public statements that allegedly align with terrorist groups, and a review of her campaign fundraising sources. We did reach out to her office tonight, but have not yet heard back.
Big shock, right? Big shock. They have not heard back. So there you have it, guys. Some more members of the squad under the microscope. We've got AOC getting rich, and she's been in office as well. We don't know from what so far. I think it's all going to be looked into. So yeah, I mean, I know nobody's surprised. I just did a video the other day about here in Michigan, the Democrat treasurer, the former Democrat treasurer, she's facing jail time for basically confining an old woman to her room and stealing money from her and cutting off contact to her family when she wanted to talk to anybody about any of it. So that's who we're dealing with on the other side, guys. You need to keep that in mind. This crap where people, and you're going to hear this a lot from me. You're going to hear this a lot from me coming up very soon, because this crap where you keep hearing these idiot black pillars, your Nick Fuenteses and stuff, and I'll be getting into him in a little bit and so on, but you're gonna hear this stuff from them because they're controlled opposition, right? And unfortunately, people don't discern who they're listening to. They don't pay attention to the people that they're listening to. We were infiltrated in Trump's first term by Candace Owens, who came from Explore Talent. She was a nobody. She's like, oh, I left the Democrat Party. Does it seem like she left the Democrat Party to you? It sure as hell doesn't to me. Seems like she's probably still quite knee-deep involved in it behind the scenes, in my opinion. And allegedly, and you got Nick Fuentes, and you've got all these others who are all buddies with these left-wing podcasters. Nick Fuentes was buddies and still is, I'm sure, buddies with the what is his name, Destiny. I was gonna call him a naughty word, but we're on YouTube, so we can't do that. And you know, end of the day, that is what we're dealing with, guys. And you got to keep your head on your shoulders. I mean, I'm going to make fun of them. I'm going to be doing a video tonight making fun of these people. I might not come out till tomorrow, but we'll see how it goes. Anyway, guys, I will talk to you soon. Keep that in mind. Keep an eye on this situation. Democrats, as usual, are the very thing that they accuse everybody else of. No surprises here, and I'll talk to you guys again very, very soon. Thanks for joining. Bye.